my mind. 'Cause I know you're only sticking around to love me for a little while. Just to love me for a little while. I began to rub up against your body, and baby, you start to move with mine. Come to find when my lips and touch your neck, those baby blues come alive. Say it's 'cause you find something in me that you feel when no one else. I know you only come around, baby girl, when you wanna please yourself. Now that we're both laying here, I feel like I'm losing my mind. 'Cause I know you're only sticking around to love me for a little while. Just to love me for a little while. Come on and love me, baby. Begin to rub against your body, and baby, you start to move with mine. And come to find when my lips and touch your neck, those baby blues come alive. Say it's 'cause you find something in me that you feel when no one else. I know you only come around, baby girl, when you wanna please yourself. And now that I'm just laying here, feel like I'm losing my mind.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Farmers Dynasty. Come on, game, catch up. There we go. What is up, everybody? What's up, Ethan, Brian, Corain? How are you guys? Hope you're doing well. Charles, how's it going, man? Andy, how are you? Hope you're well. I don't care if you're waiting. You can keep waiting. I don't think you realize this is my stream. I'll put the start on and leave it there. I don't care. What's up, Panzer? How's it going, man? How are you? Hope you're doing well. Y'all can wait all day. You don't have to. Welcome back anyway. Thanks for the negative start there, Ethan. Appreciate it. Today we're going to read over some Q&A from TopLitz that they did last week. They were going to do it on a live stream, is what they said apparently. Let me bring up, I'm going to leave that sitting there. I'm going to bring up Discord for a minute so I can actually read this. There's a lot here, so it's going to take a minute. We're going to go over all this though. So Q&A number 1. Now this is stuff that was put together from a few members of the community. When I say a few members, we know one of them personally. So cool, very awesome that they were involved and got in on this. But there's a lot of questions here, and there's a lot of good information here. So we're going to cover some of this today. And this is for the people that may not have access to their Discord because they didn't live stream it. So You know what I mean? Like, they may not have access to Discord. They may be people on console waiting for the game to come out that watch. If you watch this channel and you're on console waiting for this game to come out and you don't have access to their Discord, this is what it's for. This is what this first part of this is for. So we're going to take the time and go over all this right now. I know it's probably not the most entertaining, but I felt like it was something that the Farmers Dynasty community needed to know, and I feel like we have a pretty good group of people that follow Farmers Dynasty and enjoy it, so that's kind of what this is for. So here we go. Q&A starts there. I don't know how well you guys can read that. I should have split it up into more sections probably, but I just want to put it up on screen, so if I'm stumbling over words or whatever, you have it all. So CM says, hi. A few weeks ago, players Anderson and Gaming Gargle came up with a few questions we want to share with you today. Originally, we intended on having those questions answered during a live stream, but as time moved on and everyone here in the team got their hands on the questionnaire, we decided to do it this way. Thank you for those questions. Enjoy. Questions from Anderson. How many people are working on the game? SK says there's a very tight team of developers working on the game. That's why EA phase took longer than usual. So that's cool. They're actually telling us, the early access part of it took longer than it usually would because there's a very tight group of people working on this. So very cool. Excuse me. How long has it been in development? Will you keep working after it leaves early access? If so, what are the plans? More free content, paid DLC, workshops, workshop support, etc. All those were questions. There was a bunch there. This game has been in development for 4 years. Yes, we will keep working on the game after the full release, but mostly on the technical side. The additional features post-release largely depends on the impact. Okay, so I'm guessing the technical side means a lot of bug fixes and stuff like that, probably more than like DLC or new content release. So after full release, new content and stuff will probably slow down a whole bunch. So keep that in mind. Let me grab a drink. That was SK answering that. So I'm going to tell you which one of the TopLitz guys answered to. A lot of optimization, yes. Yeah, I think that's actually a question here somewhere. I read over all this already. So the NPCs have only a few lines of text. Is that related to the voice actors being expensive to hire? If so, why not add only text? That's a good question. I like that question. So that's a very good question. Let me pause for a second. John, thank you for the $1 super chat. Much appreciated, buddy. What's up, Liam? How are you, man? I hope you're doing well. And I'm doing well today. Thank you guys for asking. I appreciate it. I just wanted to get into this and get it done because there's a lot of questions here. There's probably 26 questions here total, maybe 30. So I just wanted to kind of get in this and get it done. So what's up, Ralph? How's it going, bud? We're doing answering some Q&A, or not answering. We're reading over the Q&A that TopLitz answered on their Discord. They were going to do it in a live stream. They chose to do it this way, so I'm trying to get it out there to more people. I'm trying to just do my part. So Gaming Gargoyle was involved in this. We're reading questions from Anderson right now. Gaming Gargoyles is the second half. So we'll get into his questions in a few minutes. Let's finish these up. The NPCs have only a few lines of text. It's related to the voice actors being expensive to hire. If so, why not add only text? Very good question. SK says, if you multiply every line spoken in the NPCs with all supported languages, it gets better than expected. Bigger than expected, sorry. It gets bigger than expected. We decided for the voiceover to give game characters more personality. Okay? The game lacks more missions varieties. We will see more before the game leaves EA. Will we see? Oh, this is another question. Sorry, I thought that was part of his answer. It wasn't spaced out. The game lacks more mission varieties. Will we see more before the game leaves early access? Automatic save, is it possible? SK says, there are no more missions planned yet. Automatic save is already implemented. It triggers after completing tasks. So there you go. You have your answer there. All right, let's catch up on chat. Yeah, I'm sorry you're sick too, man. That's tough. Gonna lurk? All right, cool, Panzer. Yep, class coming to Farm Sim 19. Gonna be fun. Absolutely. There are no saves if you don't do task. That is very true, Crane. If you're not doing task, then you don't get that save. So you have to save. Set a timer. Have your chat remind you. It's not a bad command to have. Believe me, it saved me quite a few times. All right. After so many complaints, I'm guessing, about the always online DRM, why hasn't it been? Some of these words are just kind of skewed a little from what I would normally read. Why haven't it been removed? Should be why hasn't I? You get what I'm saying. Anyway, why hasn't it been removed from the game yet? So far, we haven't seen anyone that doesn't own the game complaining about it. So it seems that it's only hurting local customers. There's an elegant way to avoid these Steam messages. The game needs online connection. We wrote this in public a few times. Start Steam offline mode and then start the game. We want to keep our DRM in times where pirated material like game is prevented and common. Okay, so I'm guessing that is for that exact reason. I have no idea what DRM is, but I'm guessing the pop-up messages, all that kind of stuff for not being able to start it in offline or not your game's offline, all that kind of stuff is more of a pirated prevention. I don't know what DRM actually stands for. But the way this is reading, it seems like they're trying to keep it from getting pirated, like somebody pirating the material or something like that is kind of what it seems like it is. That question's a little over my head. If Gargoyle pops in a little while, we can ask him. He'll know. Somebody else may know too. Are you guys pleased with the sale numbers? That's a good, solid, simple question. The grass on the other side is always greener, isn't it? But yes, that's SK. SK's answered all these so far. But yeah, that's a good one. Are you guys pleased with the sale number? The grass is always greener on the other side, isn't it? But yes, they're pleased. That's SK's number. SK's answer. Next question. The community has been actively giving new ideas and feedback for the game. How important are they for you? Do they matter when you plan what to add for the game? SK says, we added many requested features and quite a batch of ideas the community suggested. No exaggeration here. We know that for sure. We know that a lot of community input went into this game, and they took a lot of it into consideration. So, anyway, as a standard game development, there comes a time when you need to code, freeze, and release. So, there you go. Yeah, so they got to the point where they started needing to code freeze and release the game. So they stopped implementing so many things the community was asking for, which makes sense. You can't just keep doing everything the community wants the entire time, or you'll never get your game out. So, makes sense to me. And then CM says, very, very few titles reach the point where development gains the attribute continuous. For example, MMOs for a few titles in esports, community feedback is a must-have these days. It is important, and it affects the development. It affects the development in ways that were, for example, unthinkable 25 years ago. Since then, we saw the rise of beta testing as part of the integrating community feedback. It evolved into early access as a practical means to take part in game development. Compared to this, game development in the 90s till the mid-thousands were kind of automatic business. Luckily, we're beyond this point these days. But boundary conditions are still required due to budget, manpower, and time. So very true. Very, very true. Hey, Isabel, how are you? I hope you're doing well. The latest patches we saw the game become much more content from games like House Flipper, Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley. With the gaming creating its own subgenre of farming game, we conclude that you guys finally saw the full potential of the game and the direction that you guys wanted to work from here on. Can we conclude that you guys finally saw the full potential of the game and the direction you wanted to work from here on? SK says, there have been big plans from the beginning, where the game should be when it was released. Many ideas have been around project start, but community helped us gear up to the game where it is now and where we wanted it to be. So I think it was great teamwork, the community and us. Thanks for that, guys. So SK is saying thank you for all the input between them and what the community wanted. It seems that they achieved what they were looking for, basically. So I guess this is a continued question from the last one. If so, what can we expect to be added to the game from here on? More content for the RPG aspect of the game, like, for example, female playable characters, NPCs, and their unique stories, mini games. We already have fishing, but what about competition with the NPCs, etc.? SK says see above, so already answered. The game starts with what seems to be a story, but ends as fast as it starts after the tutorial. Can we hope for more depth into it? So they're asking, can we hope for more depth into the storyline, because it does seem to end fairly quickly. SK says, I think the story always depends on the player himself. He can choose if he helps neighbors, repair farm, marry, get married, have kids, etc. So it's a player's decision. Player's decision is open-ended. So that's SK's answer. Oh, did I not go to the next one? Hang on. There we go. Is that it? Sorry, I can't remember where I cut that off. Yeah, there we go. There's the next one. Sorry. I had these. I went ahead and saved these for queued up. I just thought it was the end of this where I had the next one. It was right there. My bad. All right, so we're right past that one. Yeah. So will we have multiplayer for Farmers Dynasty, or will we have to wait for Farmers Dynasty 2? SK says there are no plans for multiplayer at this point. There you go. That's the big question everybody was wondering. There is no multiplayer planned at this point for Farmers Dynasty. We know that you guys are always working on new games. Do their development have any impact on Farmers Dynasty development too? Will you guys take advantage of the new features from new games to be used in Farmers Dynasty 2? SK says our first goal is to release Farmers Dynasty on all platforms. After that, we'll continue with other projects. All these games will be part of the Dynasty universe, but every game then will receive their own unique features. Interesting. CM says hopefully we can revisit Farmers Dynasty later to add more features, but see the next question. Okay, here we go. Here's the good one. This is the last one on this section. Are there plans for having a possible Farmers Dynasty 2? SK says yes, no, maybe, can't say, it's classified. Cool question. I like that one. Very good, very good. Let's go to the next set. I told you there's a lot here. There's 18 questions in this set. I think these are from Gaming Gargoyle. So these are questions that Gargoyle comprised, from what he wanted to see and what everybody else was talking about. So it's awesome that Gargoyle got in on this too and got to ask questions. Big thanks to Gargoyle for getting involved in this and putting some input in from people that we know, So I think that's kind of cool that Gaming Gargoyle got in on this. So questions from Gaming Gargoyle. My list compiled is very similar with a few additions. And these are from CM mostly. So those were mostly from SK. These were mostly the answers, and the answers on this one are mostly from CM and VH. So and I don't know who these people are. I don't know their actual names. I just know they're 2-letter names. That's all I know. That's all I've ever seen of them. Here we go. Number 1. Which console systems will Farmers Dynasty be released on? VH says Farmers Dynasty will be released on PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and digital and in stores. So for digital and in stores, for all 3 of those, of course, it's already on PC. So very cool. Will you continue the Discord after release? CM says, of course, the Discord will be used all the way. Number 3, how about Trello boards for the next early access game? Interesting. CM says, interesting idea. Trello offers some cool aspects that would be great for beta testing, but needs an evaluation and consideration. Number 4, will we be able to customize character more? VH, no, you won't. There are no plans to implement the feature into the game. Number 5, we replaced DMC. Who placed the DMCAs? I know confidently, but people keep asking me, and I have no idea. I know confidentiality, sorry, but people keep asking me, I have no idea. SK says, correctly, SK answers this way. Doesn't matter who it was, we're just happy that it's over. Very true. We're all happy that it's over and done with. Number 6. Will TopLitz continue to stream their titles weekly? CM, not weekly. The interval was a bit tighter at start, so you get to see that we're actively streaming, but we'll stream frequently when we find topics worthy of detailed explanation on new things on the horizon. So they will not have weekly streams, but they will stream when there's content available or news or just maybe special occasions. Gargle, again, probably has more information on this topic than I do. Where did I get to? What number? 13? Okay. Are bug fixes high priority for updates or more driven by content? CM says, content has always been very high priority, but now we focus on fixing and polishing until the release. So very cool. They're focused on fixing and polishing. So maybe optimization's coming, hopefully. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Number 8, is TopLitz working out of one of the office, or or does everyone get to work from home? CM says various offices in various places. So there you go. You take that as you want to. Number 9, will there be graphical or engine update with future Dynasty series? SK says Farm's Dynasty engine will also be used for future Dynasty titles, but of course the engine will be improved to reach better performance and higher quality graphics. So that's cool. We know we're going to get some updated graphics at some point, but they're going to use the same engine, updated engine, of course. Do you folks watch streams or content creators' videos and pay attention to the chat or comments for inspiration, knowledge of what the public wants, besides the Steam and Discord inputs? CM, we'd love to watch videos all day long. However, we must rely on centralized information like Steam, social media, or Discord. Of course, we're aware of various content creators, their creations, feedback given in those creations, tone and mood within the community, and trends. If you find some cool content about our games, let us know. Number 12. Love this one, he says. How can you get a job with TopLitz? Was the question. CM says, send us an application. It's easy enough. Number 13. Why, in your opinion, is irrigation never implemented into farming games? VH says the problem with irrigation is there's so many working cycles in farming games with this feature, I'm guessing. While realistic, would turn out as very time consuming, and it doesn't give a decent reward. That's very true. That's something that a lot of people have asked for. Farm Sim 19, Farmers Dynasty. Why is irrigation not a thing? And I know that's something that Gargle has brought up several times, and we've had that discussion. But it's very, very true. So it's very true. CM says only good for an achievement. I built an irrigation system, and all I got was this lousy achievement. In quotes or whatever. That would be the name of the achievement. So I agree with him. It's only good for an achievement, really. All right, last set here. 4 questions left. Do you enjoy developing the game more or playing it? How do you prevent burning out? SK says we enjoy doing both, but play is a bit more fun, I must admit. You can't burn out if you love what you're doing, I guess. Number 15, what features had to be scrapped to meet deadline or keep budget? SK says all kinds of ideas were scrapped. There were simply too many, but we figured out how to make a good and solid mix of farming and socializing. I think they did too. I honestly think they did. I think that's a good point that they managed to get a good balance of socializing. I wish there was a bit more of the socializing, as in the questions from Anderson earlier. Is there going to be more to the story? I think that would be a good thing to do. But at this point, I honestly don't know how popular they thought this game would be. You know what I mean? So I don't know where they went with the idea of the story mode, like how much in depth they actually planned on it being to begin with. So it may not have been a huge feature to begin with, but I don't know. I can't say for sure. I don't know. I wasn't there. Number 16. What are each of the team's favorite game and why? CM says World of Warcraft, played it for 6 years, 100 plus players, international raid guild. Why my favorite game? Although basically everyone in the guild did what he liked most, the guild was a unit, worked as a unit. Some players played the economic side and became filthy rich in game, while others dragged novice players into raiding and battlegrounds, socializing with lasses and lads from all over Europe and Asia. Was great and entertaining. Solo titles, System Shock 2 and Dead Space 1. Dead Space 1 was a fantastic game. It was a great game, honestly. SK says, my favorite game series is The Legend of Zelda. Played almost all parts of them since I was 6 years old. In my opinion, the best game series that has ever been made. My personal favorite title in the series is Majora's Mask. That's a great one. That really is. It's a fantastic one. What's up, Jeremy? How's it going, man? VH says, it's a tough choice. There are so many games I really love, but if I had to pick one right now, it would be Borderlands 2. Why? First, I really like the art style, the characters, the creators, the creatures, sorry. The world I do have a knack for exploring and looting, but mostly... Angela Hobson, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Welcome to the Outhouse. I was wondering why you couldn't see it, because the questions are on top of everything. That's why. I was like, why can't you see that pop up? That would be why. Yeah. Looting and most importantly, non-action shooters have always been kind of my thing. Action shooters have always been kind of my thing. Sorry. Like forever, I love playing action shooters with friends, especially if you are in the same team. Very much so. I've always enjoyed stuff like Gears of War 4, the co-op or the Gears of War 3 when they came out with the co-op and 4 of us could play together. That was awesome. Borderlands has always been awesome playing with people. Like, it's always been awesome playing those types of games with people because it's a small unit and you have to work together to beat it. So I think that's a really great question. And asking about them instead of asking about the game is kind of neat too. I'm glad somebody brought that up. I'm glad somebody asked that question. Number 17, most difficult part to creating the Dynasty series. SK says, implement those pigeons. CM says, the pigeons, get them off me. So they hated implementing the pigeons, apparently. Number 18, what game would you make if money were no object? SK says, Farmers Dynasty Deluxe Director's Cut, the way we imagine it in our minds. So that's a great final question. What game would you make if money were no object? And they said Farmers Dynasty Deluxe Director's Cut, the way we imagined it in our minds. And I think that's a great way to end that series there. That's a really good bunch of questions. A really good bunch of questions. You guys let me know what you think in the comments about the Q&A and the questions and stuff. So I think there were a lot of good questions there. There's a lot of good information there too. I don't know where we're at in the game though. In lies the problem of doing Q&As and trying to play. This one's all harvested. That one is all harvested. This one needs to be harvested. This one needs to be harvested. No, that one does not need to be harvested. That one has been harvested. This one is just plowed. Ready for harvest. Harvested. Ready for harvest. Ready for harvest. Harvested. Okay, so we went here. Yeah. Yeah, we went there. So we need to go back to these 3. Cool. Do I have grain in here? Doesn't seem so. Alright, well, let's move the harvester on over and actually get started on the game. I see that Platinum Edition's coming out October 22, 2019. I did, and as soon as it's up for pre-order, I'm going to have it. I plan on... I'm pushing my gas pedal like I'm going to go somewhere. I still haven't got my wheel and pedal to work yet. Alright, so... I think this one has already been done. Is that our field? That's our field. Why is it planted? It doesn't say planted, does it? Oh no, it needs to be harvested. Okay, that is us. I didn't remember planting anything here. Oh, we must have hired somebody. I'm doing it again. I'm hitting the wheel and pedal like I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm definitely picking it up, though. It's going to happen. I'm actually pretty excited that it's a bunch of class, a bunch of stuff from class. That is a very, very cool thing to add in. Wow, are you going to start picking stuff up? Or? But yeah, some more optimization for this game would be fantastic. I think that's a great, great thing to add in at some point. Would be nice. Sorry for the long intro there, guys. I really wanted to get that done and out of the way and just make sure that people were aware of the questions that were asked and also aware that our buddy Game & Gargle was in on it. So those 18 questions, the last 18 questions came from him. I thought that was awesome. So I don't know if he used some of your questions in chat here and you know, kind of tied those in with some of the other questions that he had come up with or what, but I think it's awesome. So it's cool knowing somebody that knows somebody. But yeah, either way, got the Q&A out of the way. I think there are a lot of good questions there. If you're just joining us, or if you skipped through the video and you missed the first part of the Q&A, head back and listen to it or read over it. Mute me if you want to, because I stumble over words a lot. You can mute it and just read the questions yourself if you don't have access to their Discord. If you do have access to their Discord, but you don't have their Discord, there's a link to their YouTube channel down below. I think you can find their Discord channel there. Also, I think you can find them on Twitter at TopLitz Productions, I think. So, think you're going to get a PC before the Platinum Edition? That'd be awesome. It'd be a lot easier to play, for sure. Also, Bob, I could not get the... I tried moving the Courseplay into my mods folder, and I couldn't get it to show up in my mods list. And I'm probably not going to go backwards on my updates because I don't want to mess up any of my save games. So. Yep, Brian, all very good questions. I appreciate you guys hanging out for that. That's something that I kind of felt the need to do, and I think I mentioned it last week sometime, but I felt the need to kind of go over that. Just to kind of get it out there, you know, just to kind of get it out there. Isabel, Crazy Life, no, the baby is not out yet, as far as I know. I saw you say, I'm guessing the baby is not out yet. Nope, not yet. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Oh, not the game. Okay. So I just need to go back and download an older one. So what'd you say you had, 1.14? Yeah, a lot of the times that happens when stuff like that's in beta, you have to backtrack, so. Is the new Harvester DLC out? It is not out yet. As soon as it is, guys, I will have a video up for it, though. If I'm home. If I'm home when it drops, I will stop whatever I'm doing, make a video, and put it out that day, so. I may have time, Bob. I have a hair appointment this afternoon. I have to go get my hair done. I need a haircut. I desperately need a haircut. If patrons and members and stuff saw the last Ride with Deuce, you know that I need a haircut. It's bad. It's about as bad as it's been in a while. So I'm going to get a haircut this afternoon, and then I think I have to run Cat 5 lines in the house. And actually, no, I can't run Cat 5 lines yet because we don't have the wall plates yet. So I can't do that this afternoon. Never mind. So I'm not doing that. Oh, the new on Farm Sim 19. Yes, the new John Deere Cotton Harvester DLC is out on Farm Sim 19. Yeah, I didn't think about that, Bob. Good catch there. Good catch there. Crane, I saw that you saw my reply to somebody on Twitter about your gamer tag and what people call you the most. That's the honest to God truth. I can't say it on here, but you know what it said because you liked it. But that is the honest to God truth. That happens more than anything. Like that I did not make that up. That happens a lot. It's $4.99. You have $4.05. Sell some of your Steam cards, Bob. Put them on the market. That's what I do a lot, man. I'll sell a bunch of Steam cards to make an extra $1 or so on there. I keep the ones I like though, and sell a bunch of the other ones. Oh, what is? Oh, that's because we're not hooked up to the trailer. Dang it! I keep doing it. Hit the gas pedal again. Whose loots is that? Was that Karain? Loots number 1. Whose number 1 loots was that? I had all these other pages pulled up, so I didn't pull up loots. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was being lazy. I just didn't pull it up. That was yours. Okay. Thank you for the loots, Karain. Much appreciated. Also, one of the last announcements, I think. Oh no, Wednesday will be the last day. You have 3 days left as new drivers to get your 300 miles in for our logistics company on Truck Books, the Outhouse Logistics. If you want to get in on that $20 Steam gift card drawing, Get over there and get your 300 miles in. Stay under 80. If you're on Euro Truck Sim 2, get your 463 kilometers in. Stay under 100 kilometers an hour. If you want to get in on the $20 Steam gift card drawing. I think we have 5 people that are in right now, maybe 6, so odds are pretty good. That's awesome. We got a lot of new members for Outhouse Logistics this month. It's awesome. Thanks to Gasoline Billy for putting this together. Jeremy reminded you about the loots? Always. Thank you, Jeremy, always for the loots. Jeremy will come in and drop loots, and I don't see him half the time, and I apologize for that. But I do appreciate each and every one of them. I may not see them all, but I appreciate them all. What's up, Panzer? Welcome back. Loots, yep. Jeremy, thanks for being our constant reminder, man. Much appreciated. 100K for the next one. Can you use CNC to map mod? I don't know. That's something Billy will have to answer. I don't know if Truck Books will pick that up. It probably will. As long as you're running it through Truck Books, I think if you use like as long as you're not using cheats, right? Like money mods, stuff like that. As long as you're actually driving the right miles and getting the right pay and all that, you're not using XP boosters and all that. I don't care. I don't care what you do, really, if it'll accept it. Because if you want to drive like Route 66 or whatever, or if you want to drive from LA to New York, you know what I mean? Like that would be fine. I would think that would make it a little more tolerable. Honestly, trying to get 100K. But I would throw that question in Discord at Billy, in the Outhouse Logistics chat. So that would be my go-to for that one. They probably will. They probably will, Brian. That's probably something they're working on now. I don't see it as something that was at the top of their list. They're probably working on game optimization and bug fixes and stuff at the moment. Hey, Angela, how's it going? It's been a while since we've seen you around. Welcome back. Any new updates to Farmers Dynasty? We just read over a lot of Q&A. There's probably about 35 questions on the Q&A we read over at the beginning of the stream. If you're on their Discord, Angela, the Q&A is posted in the announcements channel. You can go back and read it there, or you can go back and read it on the beginning of the stream, whichever you want to do. But I put the questions up on stream and then read over them too. So, but as far as we know, there is some new stuff planned before full release. So, but yeah, there's quite a few new tractors too. I don't think you were here the last time that this update came out. The new tractor right over here, bigger tractor for us. So it's nice having that extra horsepower, stuff like that. So. Got a job a few months back? Gotcha. Well, congratulations. Yeah, being on the other side of the world is definitely, the time difference there is pretty crazy. So, and I started streaming at a later time during the summer. Kids out of school, so for me, it's easier to stream in the afternoon sometimes. So I'm not streaming at my normal time that you were watching to begin with anyway. So. But yeah, if you have access to their Discord, then that's what I would go. I would go to the announcements and read it. But there's a lot of Q&A there, and there's a lot of good questions there, and about future plans and things like that too. So, but as of right now, we've gotten a couple of new tractors. We got a new plow, a new cultivator, a new harvester. I think is planned. It's not released yet, but it is planned. So that's something I'm looking forward to. You're driving vanilla, new driver. Would be hard to drive 100K with that with that lawnmower. It would take a while with it would be a lot of the same roads without the map mod, the full US or whatever. So, yep, Angela, not a problem. Yep, congrats on the job. Seriously. I don't know if it's something temporary or something you wanted to do, but it'll definitely help the pocketbook. So, congrats on that. Get up and get the kids ready at 7? Yeah. Yep. Oh, save the game. That's very true. We have been sitting here for quite some time. There we go. Very good idea to save. Nice, Angela. Congratulations. Congratulations. Getting re-enrolled and going back and do something that you want to do and doing contract work for now. That's awesome. That's amazing. I'm always happy to see people succeeding. Honestly, like it makes a big difference for everybody around you. Ralph. Yep. Deuce's House Flipper Company. What are we naming it? What are we naming the... We build your crap. What are we naming it? That to me, Panzer, would make this game a whole different beast, because then you could make your own fields. Being able to connect fields in Farmers Dynasty would make this a whole different experience. I think that's one thing that I do miss, honestly. At least you know they're at school. That's very true. Yeah, that my mom was a lunch lady when I was in school. So she was at the elementary school when I started, and then my middle school was a different campus. And when I went to middle school, she moved over to the high school to work. And then when I got out of middle school and went back to the high school campus, she was working there too. So most of my school, my mom worked there, and I loved it. So I didn't mind. Most of my friends didn't mind. They got extra food. So Deuce's Construction Company, LLC. I like it. House flipping, crappy style. And Farm Sim, there's one dude who connected all the fields on the map. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that, it changes the whole game, man. Like it really does. And if we ever get course play, I'm gonna shoot for that one day, Panzer. Thank you for that idea. What's up, Chris? How's it going, man? Red Fox on Twitch. Yep. Doing pretty good, man. How are you, Chris? Hope you're doing well. Then you're 10 to 12 for seniors. That's cool. Yeah, we went from when I started school, which is way different now. I mean, I'm 34, so. But when I started when I was 5, it was like kindergarten, which is, you know, I mean, some places have preschool, some places have, you know, preschool, first grade, whatever. But I don't know how they do it now. Even the kids passed all that too. So, but when I started, we had on our campus, and it's different for different places and different countries and different schools and different locations or whatever. Even here in the U.S., it's different because population difference. So, just in different states or different cities even. So, but our town was so small that kindergarten through 5th and then 9 through 12 was on the same campus. So we had kindergarten through 5th grade on the same campus as 9 through 12, but they were in different sections of the campus. It was a low population. But junior high was still in the same place that I went to, and it's still there now. But 6 through 8 was in a whole different place. And then the population kept growing, so they built a new building for the high school. So 9 through 12 went to a different location altogether, and K through 5 stayed where it was. Now they have 5 different campuses for that one school. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, it's a weird thought to look back and go, man, you know, it's like the population difference is insane. What's up, John Sweet? Crappy Construction LLC. I like that one. That's good. Let's go get our tractor, wherever it may be. Then we're probably going to get some sleep because, yeah, we're starving to death and we need sleep. So, playing through the house flipper myself right now. Didn't realize I like furnishing the house. Oh, you realize you don't like furnishing the house. Yeah. You need multiplayer and interior decorator. Multiplayer for House Flipper would be madness. I think that would be a game that would be funny as a multiplayer game because you have to work with other people. You imagine like you're putting up a wall, they're tearing it down on the other end. So what are you doing? Why are you tearing my wall down? I don't want it here. House Flipper would be fun as a multiplayer game for sure. There are several. This game will never get multiplayer. They said that in the Q&A. But this game would be a lot of fun as a multiplayer as well. Am I aware of the gender choice for marriage? I was not. Although somebody did ask, and I can't remember the exact answer for it, but there's no planned changes for the character creation. And somebody asked about playing as a woman and the storyline and all that kind of stuff, and they said they didn't plan on changing the storyline any. So, that would be a nice feature to add too, being able to choose. Oh, is that all of it? Wow, okay. Didn't quite fill it up either. Let's go sleep. Let's go to the house. I've got something somewhere here to jump into. The mower. Of course I get on the lawn tractor. Yeah. I got this thing sitting right out in the open over here, minding its own business. I get the lawn tractor though. Did that change? Was there always a window there? Was there always a window right there? I don't remember that being a window. The Farm Sim competition is going to end on the 8th. August the 8th at midnight Central Time. August the 8th at 2400 Central Time. You can choose to be gay or not. That's awesome. I mean, that's good though. That's good. You should have the option. Like, you should have the option to play however you want to play on here. Yep. August the 8th at 2400 Central Time. At 12 midnight. Yeah, see, I didn't know that, but that's awesome though. I think they should give you the options to play as a woman, to play however you want to play. You know what I mean? Like, that's what makes a game enjoyable, is getting to personalize it that much. But not everybody can do that though. Independent dev companies may not have the time to code that many different storylines. You know what I mean? I don't think it comes down to prejudices against other groups or whatever. I don't think that's the case. I definitely don't think that's the case with this game or TopLitz. I think it honestly came down to writing code and being able to afford a certain amount of writing time. It's like clothes, right? You make clothes to cater to a generalized average of a group of people. So I mean, I don't think it's purposely done by a lot of dev companies. I think it's just something that they don't have the money to extend that far. So. Yeah, I don't think it's something they advertised either, because I didn't know that. But it's there, which is nice. I mean, I'm just glad people have the options, honestly. But yeah, I don't think they meant for it to generalize that your character can only be a man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they meant to do that. I think it was probably one of the code, like, to write in a whole separate storyline of code for a woman's side. You know, like, I think they probably just ran out of budget for what they had planned, kind of thing. Because in the Q&A, somebody asked him, you know, did you plan on doing more, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, yeah, we scrapped a lot of ideas because we just couldn't implement them. So we didn't have the time or the funds or whatever, you know, like they didn't have time to do it or whatever. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think it was purposely done. I think a lot of people raise Cain over that for a lot of games. And I don't think people realize how much time it takes to write a storyline for a full game and then to rewrite it for a whole different person, right? I mean, that's a lot of coding. So it may not be. It may be as simple as, oh, you just change the textures and then change the voiceovers, which is still a lot. I mean, that's a lot, especially for an indie dev company. But yeah, I think it's awesome they gave people the option. The Timberman's Dynasty, I have no update on that yet. I have no clue. I haven't heard anything else about it. I've been scouring Google for the last 2 or 3 months looking for more information every once in a while. Can't find anything. Can't find anything at all. Did somebody answer if this window has always been here? I didn't see it if there was. I don't think we've ever seen the bathroom before. We've seen the outside though, where you come in. Like, oh, my sensitivity. Whoa, sensitivity's way up. No, we've seen this. I don't remember that window being there. Is it always there? Need to grind on Farmer's Dynasty? Man, I tell you what, it's a grind for sure. It has been there? Wow, man, it just looks different for some reason. Does that not look different to you? Maybe it's just it's because it's been a week since I've even thought about the game. I don't know. It looks different. Was there an update and I didn't know it? Like new textures or something? Because this looks better than it did. And I'm getting a solid 60 FPS. Am I even still live? That's not right. Oh, I see now, John. Yeah, you did. Yeah, that window's been there. Yeah. Man, I never noticed it before, I guess. I'm just glad my kitchen got fixed without the tree and pole in the middle of it. If you guys were here early on in the series, you know, after one of the updates they did that I had a tree and a pole right in the middle of my kitchen. Let's fake that Deuce is offline. Well, I mean, it's just weird. Normally I don't get 60 FPS in this game, and I'm getting a solid 55 or 58 right now. And that's abnormal. Normally it's like 35 to 40. So apparently in the last update I didn't read over the patch notes either. There may have been a little bit of optimization in there with it. So. Also, I changed my streaming output to 1080p 30 FPS instead of 1080p 60. So it's taken a load off of my streaming software, my video card that I use. And there was also an update for my video card. So that, I mean, all that may have had something to do with it. I don't know. I have no idea. So, thank you for the loots. I don't know whose loots it was, but thank you. Yeah, are there bills to pay? Hey, that's true. That's true. I think this was probably one of those games where they had the idea and they did as much as they could. But I mean, overall, not talking bad about TopLitz in any way, because I think they've done a fantastic job with this game, and I think a lot of their games have good potential. But I don't think that they expected this game to boom like it did, because most of their games have a pretty quick sale factor, and then it kind of dies off. You know what I mean? Like the average over a period of time for sales are not as high as AAA games, of course. So I don't think they had a huge outlook on the longevity of this game like it has been. This game has been pretty big for them from the day it released. So I don't know if they expected it to do that, but I think in the future they will take more into consideration and hopefully have more funding to do more with it, and maybe we'll get an actual economy, you know, where you have to pay bills and that kind of thing for the Dynasty series, because that's kind of the idea. It's supposed to be a life simulator, so you know. What's up, Pace? How's it going, bud? How are you, man? Asking the important questions, absolutely. What's up, Dark? How's it going, man? Hope you're doing well, bud. Do I have Amazon affiliate codes? What do you mean? I don't have them posted here. They're posted on Twitch, I think. I have an Amazon affiliate link, I think, yeah. I need to get them posted over here, I guess. I think I have an affiliate link set up. Oh, no, I absolutely do, because that's how I have my my PC list of stuff that I use is under my Twitch stream, and that's what it is. It's my Amazon affiliate link parts list, basically. So, but yeah, I don't have it on here, I don't think. So, Yeah, bills are definitely a part of life. You and me both. I actually recorded a Riding with Deuce for all the patrons and members and Twitch subscribers yesterday, and I didn't upload it. And I'm probably not going to upload it, but I'll give you the basic rundown for free for everybody. I've been really stressed out lately. Really stressed out. And basically, Miss Deuce had to slap me around a little bit the other night and go, hey, stop worrying. So, but I feel much better. I feel much better the last 3 days. But I've been pretty stressed out lately, and I feel a lot better now. But yeah, bills are definitely, not because I got rid of the bills, just because it's, if you can't do anything about it immediately, but you're working toward fixing it, then why bother? Or you're working toward making it better, then don't let it stress you out so much. So, free advice: if you're drowning in debt, or if you're struggling to pay bills, or if you just have some bills that are nagging at you that you're trying to pay off or whatever, stop letting it stress you out, because it's making it worse. Believe me, it's making it worse. Enjoy life, work and do what you can, and do what you can to survive. I mean, that's not survive, but do what you can to enjoy life. We're all just surviving, but you have to learn to enjoy stuff, and I think that's the biggest thing. Is I was stressing so much I wasn't really enjoying anything anymore, and Miss Deuce had to remind me of that. So I think everybody needs a reminder and kind of a refresher every once in a while. We all have to be reminded. We're human. We can only do so much. So. And talking about the stress, me playing Minecraft, right? See you, Angela. Have a good one. Blame Minecraft. See you, Andy. Have a good one. Enjoy your night, morning, whatever it is. Are we still selling this? How's the price on this? I didn't even check it for today. Cannoli price, $9.50. Yep, we're going to sell. Anything over $900, I think, is still a good price. And we're up to 320, so not bad. Yeah. Minecraft will stress people out with me playing it because I'm not great at it. So. But yeah, that's just my little piece of advice about people being stressed out about bills. Can you fix it right now? Right this second, can you fix it? If no, stop stressing about it. Do what you can, and that's all you can do. Enjoy the rest of your life. Yeah, Dark, absolutely. I mean, and again, it was more of a reminder that my stress is unneeded. You know what I mean? Like, me stressing out was completely unneeded. There are people dealing with way more than I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? Like, they have a right to be stressed out. I don't. And of course, everybody has their own struggles, and everybody's going to stress in their own way. But at the same time, you have to step back and realize there are people out there going through way more than what you might be going through. They might have way more on their plate, and they're not stressing out. Why are you stressing? Just do what you can. And that's all you can do. And enjoy it while you're doing it. I don't know. That comes from Miss Deuce, not me. That's Mrs. Deuce's piece of advice for the day. That's what she told me. So. Hit the like button for a simple life advice from Deuce, who thinks way more about others. I think way more of others, and I think that's a good way to do it, honestly. I stress out about my own stuff, but I don't want other people stressing out because it's not fun. It's not fun to go through. There we go. That like command helps. Guys, hit that like button. If you're enjoying the stream, it helps the channel out. Helps me out. You can also sub to come back and watch more. Very true. I didn't even realize that was on there when I copied it. That's funny. That's good though, Corinne. Thank you for that. It turns into drama. It turns into neck pain and back pain and unwanted migraines and headaches. And it turns into a whole bunch of unwanted stuff that you don't need. Just don't stress, folks. It's not worth it. And if you're a younger person, if you're in your teens or your early 20s, I can promise you, whatever you're stressing out about right now, in 5 years, you're not even going to remember it. Do not stress about it. You hear that, kid? Stop stressing. Not worth it. See you, Ralph. Have a good one, man. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with us. Yeah, stress is a killer, and people need to be reminded from time to time that what you're stressing out about today, you're not going to remember tomorrow, and not directly tomorrow, but at some point in your life, you know what I mean? What you were stressing out about is going to seem minuscule. Just enjoy the time you have and stop stressing about everything. Words from Miss Deuce. Smart lady. Absolutely, Corinne. Well, Pace, how you been, man? What you been doing since you've been back from your camping trip? You ready to play some Minecraft, or? Five o'clock somewhere. 5 o'clock on the East Coast. In the U.S. Probably 5 a.m. somewhere else as well. Promises. Absolutely, I agree. Oh boy, I think I made that turn too late. I don't know that we're going to be able to get this trailer across there. There we go. So I wasn't going to ask, I was just going to go watch it back afterwards. Does the stream look any better today? I know it's still going to be kind of grainy looking, I know that, because it's a farming game, there's a lot of stuff to render. I realize all that part of it. But does it look better than the previous Farmer's Dynasty? I want the audience's opinion. All three of you. I don't actually know how many people are here. You guys know I don't look at numbers while I'm streaming. Oh boy. Looks good at the moment. Yeah. I mean, I know when I'm moving around, the camera's moving, trying to render all of those moving particles in the background makes it pixelated. I know that for sure. But I upped my bit rate and I dropped the frames. I dropped the frames to 30 and I upped the bit rate to 10K, which is streaming at 10K upload is a lot. I'm already over my data limit, so whatever at this point. I'll just pay the extra. I'll be back tomorrow. Alright, see you, Panzer. Have a good one, man. Thanks for coming by. What's up, Chase? How's it going? Did I miss you? I did miss you altogether, didn't I? You come and throwing emotes, and I still missed your hello there. Looks better. I'm just trying to figure out because I know that I can take load off my computer and still make the stream look okay. So I was working on some stuff and thinking about things and doing some research. Looks good on the mobile. All right, cool. That's good enough for me. It's to be expected. It wasn't on purpose. I promise you, it wasn't on purpose. I didn't overlook you on purpose. It just, reading everything else, it just kind of happened. I get sidetracked a lot, in case you guys didn't notice. You may have noticed, but I doubt it. I don't know. That's up to you, man. If you want to figure out the rules and what you want to do, I am good with it. About time to go make some cheesesteak sandwiches. Make me one. I'll be there in about 14 hours. Yeah, it does sound awesome. I want to make some chicken Philly sandwiches one night. I like a good chicken Philly as much as I like a steak Philly. Nah, we're good. Instead of getting a little hungry, we're good. Oh, my coffee finally came in after a month of not having coffee because they didn't send it because the label was screwed up. And then they told me there was nothing they could do to help out because I was still getting what I paid for. But I paid a month late, so I'm canceling my coffee subscription to Black Rifle Coffee. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. If your support member, your customer support member that emailed me back and said you're still getting what you pay for, I probably wouldn't be as mad about it. They could have said it a lot nicer. And yeah, I'm putting them on blast. I don't even care. Treat your customers better. Yeah, it's a pretty lousy attitude. If they'd have been nicer about it and went, well, we can't really do anything because you're subscribed to a membership and the label got screwed up. We apologize for that. You know, I'd have been fine with that, but you're still getting what you paid for, and that's all it said. Like that, come on now. That's a ridiculous way to handle customer support. I understand they deal with crap all the time. I get it. Customer support's not fun. You have to deal with unruly people on a regular basis. I understand that, but at the same time, come on, man. You handle a little better than that. Never had a chicken Philly? Oh man, done right, it's amazing. You can find a smoked chicken Philly somewhere, and the flavor's right on it. They're good. Of course, not all Philly cheesesteaks are good either, so I'm pretty biased when it comes to Philly cheesesteaks. There used to be a business about an hour and a half north of me, maybe 2 hours north of me, almost in Jackson, Tennessee. It was across the state line, I think, but it was called United Steaks of America, and it was a guy from Philadelphia that grew up in a restaurant. He'd moved down here, you know, whatever, I don't know, just a move and trying to open a business in a place where it doesn't cost as much to live. You know what I mean? The cost of living here is much less than it is in Philly, so I understand that. I don't know what his reason for was moving down here, but it could have been business purposes. No idea. But either way, he opened a place here and made actual Philly cheesesteak sandwiches with the cheese they use and everything in Philly, like the classic Philly cheesesteak. Those were the best Philly cheesesteaks I've ever had. I've never had one like it since. But they were a bit expensive, so they closed down. So I'm a little biased toward Philly cheesesteak sandwiches now. It's hard to find one that good. Made that corner like a Swift driver? Thanks. I'll take that as an offensive statement. Thank you, sir. John, we can either do one tonight or Thursday night. Up to you. Or Friday night. I'm here Friday too. So my only gig this week is tomorrow. So I won't be here tomorrow. Not Farmers Dynasty. Subsistence video is already uploaded and scheduled, ready to come out tomorrow for you guys. So yeah, ready to go. That way at least you get subsistence tomorrow night, like we should anyway. Just had a bacon cheeseburger with extra bacon. That's the only way to eat a bacon cheeseburger. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun, believe it or not. I know this sounds crazy because I spend most of my time doing it, but I've been having a lot of fun editing lately. So just playing with different stuff. Like it's just been fun lately. So of course you guys know I've been recording more because I've been putting out Minecraft videos. But you know, like the editing thing for me, like I'm working on my producer brain, getting more in depth and more in touch with the producer side of it, and trying to work with edits and cuts and stuff like that. And the Pain Street Killing jump cuts and stuff were not for that purpose. They were literally because I was literally running around thinking for like 45 minutes, and I just cut that out. Like that's all you missed was me running around. And Jeff made the comment, you know, with all the jump cuts and stuff, it's hard to tell, but all those jump cuts were literally me not saying a word and thinking to myself, what am I looking for? What am I doing? You know, that kind of stuff. So it was not for the production side purpose. It was literally just cutting out dead time. If you're wondering. At one point I got a phone call in the middle of it, so it was like, okay, well, I'll just go ahead and answer it because I'm not doing anything right now anyway. I'm literally just running around. But yeah, so sometimes jump cuts are not for a lot of the times jump cuts are not for the production factor. It's more just to kill the dead time in there and get it out of the way. So but you don't get that in a live stream. You get the whole thing. Like generally all this would be cut out unless, you know, I filled up and had something interesting I wanted, or not even interesting. You may not find it. It's something I find interesting to tell you. But, you know, even playing this when I was doing recordings, most of this part got cut out. So, like just the harvesting, me just riding through here, most of this got cut out, so. But yeah, it's normally just to kill dead time, really. The wait for the next episode's killing you. I haven't even recorded it yet. I'm probably not going to record it until later this week. So I'm trying to put those out on like a Saturday or Sunday just to kind of fill in the weekend. Because I don't, like Frithgar, for instance. Man, I respect the crap out of that dude. He puts out 3 videos every single day. Every day. 3 different games every single day. And I did that when I first started doing content. And that took a lot of time away from what little time me and Miss Deuce do get to sit down and watch TV, me, Miss Deuce, and the kid get to sit down and watch TV, and kind of enjoy our time together. When I first started doing videos, I was doing every game every single day, putting out 3 or 4 videos a day, and I literally had no time to do anything else. So I stopped doing that when I started streaming, and that kind of takes up one, you know. So that kind of takes off one of them, but that's all I've been doing recently. And I thought to myself, that's not a good way to run a business. You can't be lackadaisical about it. And I do look at this as a business. I told you guys this before. But you can't halfway do something. If you have free time and you're not doing anything else and you're trying to run a business, that time should be devoted to that business, trying to improve it or make it better in some way. And a lot of you guys know this because a lot of you guys have more wisdom than I do. So, probably everybody here, but I mean, nonetheless, it's one of those things, like, I kind of got lazy, you know? So, I'm trying to get away from being lazy and just do more with the time that I have. Trying to balance that time is kind of tough, but I'm doing better. I'm doing better at it. So, trying to get more done in the time that I have and not sit around and watch YouTube videos all day, which is what I was doing. So. You can't find a good steak hoagie in this town? Ah, that's awful. Yeah, I can't find one around here either. Let me catch up on all this. My usual, me post 3 or 4 a day. That's what I'm saying, yeah. And I respect the crap out of those dudes, but trying to live stream and then do 3 or 4 videos a day on top of that, or 2 or 3 videos a day on top of that, is hard when it's not my full-time job. So I don't have a dedicated 8 or 10 hours a day that I just do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to do, but I'm trying to get back to time management better so that I can get more content out for you guys, even though it may not be a game that you like, but somebody likes it. You know what I mean? So, waiting for Blacksmith. Yeah, I got to get back on those too. I missed it this past week. But somebody may like it, so it's content. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing. I'm trying to play games that I enjoy and put out different content at the same time. So everything I play, I enjoy. I'm not gonna play something I don't. Even Pain Street Killing, as frustrating as it is, it's frustrating because it's hard. I'm not used to playing difficult games, so I'm used to playing stuff like this where I can just drive the harvester down the field and then make money. You know what I mean? I'm not used to playing something that really challenges me mentally that way. So, Karain, thank you, and I appreciate the fact that you suggested the game, and I appreciate the fact that I'm playing. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I kind of started, like, once I got those extra keys and stuff, I was like, okay, I feel like I'm making progress now. That makes me feel better than the game made me frustrated. You know what I mean? Like, the frustrating parts were not as bad as the way I felt when I finally achieved something in the game. And I think that's the biggest part of it. You're going to go through that frustration, but when you do finally succeed or make some succession in the game or whatever you're doing, that feeling of accomplishment is going to more than 100% outweigh than the negative part. So, I guess the moral of the story is don't quit because it's hard, because the feeling of accomplishment feels way better than the feeling of failure. So, and failure is not failure if you're still trying. So it's only failure if you quit. Yeah, it definitely, and that's the thing. Frithgar, I mean, he's said 2 or 3 times in his live streams, his videos and stuff too. Not regularly, but every once in a while, you might hear him tell everybody that he literally spends 12 to 16 hours a day on his computer, or if not, his computer is always working on something. Like, he may render a video, so he can't do anything else at the moment, so he gets up and goes and does other stuff. But he's said that 2 or 3 times that he spends a lot of time, and I do too. I spend a lot of time on the computer. And it's worth it. I mean, it is. It pays off. You gotta put in the time. But you also can't sacrifice family time for that either. And I think that's the point that I had gotten to. And then I went completely the opposite direction, and was just kind of, I was doing live streams and I was watching YouTube videos and playing Rocket League all day. So it's like, I'm not getting anything done doing that either. Oh no, I don't hate you at all. I don't hate you at all. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's frustrating, but it's a good kind of frustration that it makes me so angry that I can't figure stuff out. But it's not the game, it's me. You know what I mean? Like, it's me not being able to figure stuff out. It's not the game's fault. It's frustrating that I can't do it. But I'm getting there. So I'm not quitting on it. There may be a lot of empty episodes where I'm just kind of running around questioning things, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. CMS has a DLC? What is CMS? I don't think I know what that is, Jeremy. How much money do we have? What did we get off that last sale? We got 30,000 off that last sale. That's pretty good. We had 319, I think it was. We cover a lot of topics on this stream for some reason. Nothing to do with Farmer's Dynasty, but we're going to talk about life in general every day. Like my high school English teacher said, welcome to English 4, or as I like to call it, life. That man was awesome. Mark Davidson. He was a fantastic teacher. We learned more about life in his class in one semester than I learned my first 4 years of being out of college. Or being out of high school. Through college and through working my first 2 years. Like, amazing, amazing teacher. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is him and like a guy we call Coach C. He was the God, what was it? The running team, the cross country team. Coach C, he was the coach of cross country team. Such great individuals, and a lot of the teachers I had were like that. Like, they taught the subject, but they also taught life lessons. Like in home ec, we didn't learn a lot of basic stuff, right, that you learn. Like, we actually learned how to write checks and do taxes and what it was going to take and all that kind of stuff. And I think that is something that is left out of everything and has been. Even when I was in school, a lot of other schools didn't do that. The teachers just didn't do it. But, you know, our home ec teacher had her curriculum, but then she also had what she thought was necessary. And she taught both, and I think that's fantastic. So, I'm going to say Cuba, and I'm going to say it's probably wrong, but welcome, Cuba. How's it going? But yeah, I think it's amazing, and I think we need to get back to that. I think we need to start teaching kids in high school real life situations, because we don't. like it just doesn't get taught anymore. Like, people need to know how to do that stuff. They'll probably still teach how to write checks and all that, but still, I mean, there's a lot more to life than being able to sign your name or know where to put what on a check or an envelope. Like, there's a lot more to that. I wonder how many kids today that are just getting out of high school can fill out an envelope properly and send something in the mail. Do they know to raise the little flag on the mailbox? Do they know to put a stamp on it before they put it in there? Like, some things you still have to mail in physical paperwork. You can't just send an email with it. So, it's something that I think a lot of people are overlooking. We've been teaching the kid about money for the last 2 years. She wants something. You've been saving any money? No, I don't have anything. Okay, well, I guess you'll have to wait. It's like, you know, I mean, she still gets stuff, of course, but we try to push the handling your money thing, not push it, but, you know, acknowledge it anyway. Acknowledge that it's something that you have to do. You have to learn how to handle money. And believe me, Miss Deuce is way better with money than I am. I call her frugal all the time, but if she wasn't frugal, then I'd be broke. So, it's a good thing to be frugal sometimes, people. A very good thing. Speaking of Ms. Deuce, she is calling me right now. I don't know why. I think she's reminding me about the haircut this afternoon. Give me a second. Reminding me about a haircut, but also we usually do groceries on Monday because we decide what we're going to do for the week on Sunday. So can't do groceries today because we got hair appointments. So little insight there. Yeah, now they don't even teach cursive writing anymore. It's like, seriously? Why? Why not? Kids learn fast not to waste money when it's their money. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And that was my biggest problem when I was a kid. You know, like I've told you guys before, I was pretty poor growing up. But when I was like 10 or 11, my dad's business started doing better. You know, we started getting a few more things, but it wasn't. I had a bunch of toys and junk, right? I mean, because I guess we really didn't have a whole lot else. But I mean, I had a bunch of toys, but I spent a lot of time outside when I was a kid because I really didn't have anything else to do. So, but I mean, we learned cursive writing, we learned life lessons. And, you know, I feel better for that. I don't feel like it was something that was somebody's agenda. You know, I feel like it was necessary life lessons instead of just read from the book, take the test, get a grade, go to the next one. Like, we actually learn things and we're taught things. I think that's the biggest problem today is and it's not teachers. I'm not blaming teachers for this. I'm blaming the curriculum, right? That from the government down, like the government's setting the precedent for how things are taught today. And to me, that's the problem. Is it's not the teachers, and there are good and bad teachers out there. Don't get me wrong. I know personally some bad teachers out there that are very abrasive in the way they treat their kids, and they treat their kids differently based on certain things, and that's horrible. And they shouldn't be teachers, but you know, it's different things. But if we would get off of the idea that people don't need to learn certain things, certain basic things about life, or that it's not as important as learning some other things, because it is. I'm not saying do away with something else that they're learning. I'm saying add one class, make it worth it. It needs to be taught before they enter the world as either a college student or as a worker, depending on if you go to college, if you go to a trade school, whatever, right out of high school. You need to learn that before you graduate high school, because once you graduate, you're in the real world whether you like it or not. Most people are. Wealthy people, you know, I have friends that are wealthy that they didn't have a job in college and all that kind of stuff. I know all that, and that's fine. That is a product of your parents' hard work and your hard work from then on. I understand that. I have nothing against those people, not talking negatively about them. That is a product of people's hard work at some point and creating the ability for you to concentrate and then work harder as you get older. I understand that completely. I have no problem with that. But people aren't taught the basic value of real things in life. And it just sucks. If it ain't electronic, yeah, and that's the biggest problem. Everything's electronic now. Everything. You taught your granddaughter how to write cursive? That's awesome. That's good. You had to teach her how to read a regular clock face. That's something that I don't think we were taught, but I had to learn, because in our house we didn't have a digital clock. We had a regular clock with no numbers. We had one of those. They have cut off all the funding to schools. Exactly. And that's something that I have the biggest problem with. When I was in school, when I was kids' age, an F was a 70, a 69 or below. So a 70 was the lowest D you could make before a failing grade. I don't know what it was for everybody else older than me. I just know when I was there it was a 70. Now it's a 60. It's like that's a big gap. That's the difference in people finishing homework and actually studying for a test and people not. You know what I mean? Like, that's a huge deal. The 10-point grade scale is sad. It really is. 75 was passing when you were in school? See, it should have been 75 for me then. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think they should keep lowering it. All we're doing is dumbing people down. That's it. And it's a sad state of affairs when you can pass with 60%. I'm sorry, but if a doctor could only do a 60% job, I would not want them operating on me. You know what I mean? Think about it that way for a minute. And not you guys, but just people in general. Think about that. If you knew that you were going to have surgery and your doctor was a 60% doctor, would you want them still operating on you? No. No, you would not. And I realize that to be a doctor, the grades have to be much higher. There's a much higher standard. I get that, but it should be that way for everybody, though. If you can't do it, study harder. Get the help you need. There's things out there. There are people out there. You refuse to put a digital clock in your house? I don't blame you. Idiocracy was started. It definitely was. It definitely was. Hey Sally, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm reading over your comments now. First two cards were treated carelessly. They bought themselves were treasured. Well, I kind of had the same, kind of the same thing. my dad bought me my first truck when I was 15 because I'd been working since I was 14 and a half, roughly. So they were, they were taking me back and forth to work after school and whatnot. So he bought me a truck, and when he bought it, he didn't buy me a new truck. I got an 86 Toyota pickup, and this is in 2000. I got an 86 Toyota pickup. It was a good, reliable pickup truck. I drove it for 9 years. I replaced the transmission when I was 17 with my own money because of something I did. So I paid $1,300 for a transmission when I was 17 because I'd been working 2 jobs and going to school. And when you have to cover your own mistakes that early, you learn things. So he bought me that truck, and he told me, I'm going to buy you this one. The next one you buy, or the next one you get, you're paying for. So I went, okay. And I drove that thing for 9 years. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't just beat it to death. I went mud riding and stuff in it, but if I broke something, I paid for it. So one of those deals. Not held to a higher standard. They cover up for each other all the time. What was I talking about on that top? Was it like the way the government runs the schools or whatever? That being the case, yes. Or teachers. What were we talking about? I don't remember what that topic was. And I'm not saying everybody learns the same way either. Brian makes a good point there. Not everybody learns the same way. And that's one of the, doctors are not held to a higher standard. No, I'm saying like there are certain standards of grades you have to get into med school. I think that's still a thing anyway. It used to be, right? You had to have a certain average grade to even get your doctorate. Isn't that still a thing? Your grades had to be a certain standard. Like I couldn't be a D-rated student and become a doctor, a surgeon. Like I don't see that being possible. If that's the case, then I have really lost my faith in all hope for humanity. I don't want a 60% doctor operating on me. Like, it just scares me a little bit, especially today. In 1890, I would have taken a 40% doctor because that's a 40% better chance I had of living than I did before I met him. But nowadays, with the technology and the amount of people going to school and learning, I'll take an 85%. But I guess that's true. Sally. Yeah, my dad went almost a year and a half with constant doctor visits, but ALS is something hard to diagnose. I get that. So, but yeah, I agree with you, Sally. That shouldn't have taken that long. But yeah, maybe you're right, Curly. They can't find a hospital to accept him to its program. They have to leave the country to get accepted somewhere. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, too. It's like, I feel like a lot of it is Big Brother, know somebody, backdoor payments. And I know that probably sounds conspiracy type stuff, but it's not the way it's meant. There are really smart people that are not getting put in places where they should be for people that know somebody. And I know that happens for a fact. I know that for an absolute 100% fact. It happens all the time. I mean, it's not a conspiracy if it happens, though. Like, it's true, so it's not really a conspiracy, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist. That wasn't the intention there. The intention was just to point out that people get put in places of people that should be there based on their skill level versus people that know somebody or have money. It happens a lot. Everybody knows this. There are a lot of good people out there that can't get Oh, I mean, I guess that's true. It is hidden. Yeah, so it is a conspiracy then. Yeah, that's true, Corinne. It is kind of a conspiracy because the general public doesn't think about stuff like that, and I don't a lot. Like I don't really give it much thought either. You know, it's like if it doesn't affect my direct life, I don't think about it a whole lot most of the time. It took the department head? Seriously? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. School systems are broke. 100% they are broke. They have been broke for quite some time. People have been talking about the dumbing down of America since forever, or the dumbing down of people in general. But the school system in this country is broke 100%. It is 100% broke. I think that there's a lot of things that are being pulled and not being taught that it's just ridiculous not to teach them. And it's really painful to, in 50 years, what's the education system going to look like if we keep taking stuff away that, quote unquote, kids don't need to learn, right? What's it going to look like? Pretty sad, honestly. Yeah, see, Brian, that's something else that shouldn't happen. But the biggest problem, though, is you cram 25 kids into a classroom and teach them all the exact same way. Not everybody learns the same way. I'm a hands-on learner, so I didn't do great in school because I don't do well by reading and then taking a test on it. You know what I mean? I either have to practice that a lot or I have to put my hands on it to do it. So I think it's one of those things that I'm not saying teach every kid differently. But when you recognize that a kid in your class is not learning at the same rate as the other, you have to take that extra time with them to figure out how they learn and then teach them that way if you can. If your regulations let you, because schools are so regulated and so quarantined with what they can do now that it's hard for teachers to teach. Yeah, absolutely, Corinne. Absolutely. And that's an issue. That's a huge problem. That's a huge problem. And what's sad is it honestly feels like nobody cares. Everybody's just letting it happen. I mean, it's not only the testing, it's your kid being at school. They make sure your kid's at school so they get that grant money. They make sure that your kids are passing tests by giving them extra points for doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like, all the school wants is that grant money to come in, and that's it. Like, they don't care if the kids are actually learning anymore. Now, I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying there are situations out there that feel that way. Well, that's the thing, though, Corinne. At the high level of government, they're all the same party. I mean, honestly, there's differences in opinion about the way things need to be done, and there are differences in opinion about certain topics. But honestly, like politically, I don't see anybody in high government as different. I really don't. That's just me. Like, to me, everybody's the same once you get to a certain point. Nobody really cares about the American people. They care about their agenda and being elected, and that's it. On either side. I don't care whose side they're on. I haven't voted for a president that we've had in many years. So, I didn't vote for the current one. Haven't voted in many years. Yeah, you vote for what they believe in. Exactly. Yeah. It's totally about the money. But not all people are like that. No, I'm not saying all. But I'm just saying it feels like to me, looking at it from my perspective, that at the top level, behind closed doors, they're all the same people. Yeah, and that's true too. You never know what they believe in. What's up, Gargoyle? How's it going, bud? Hey, man, we read over the questions you submitted at the beginning of the stream, dude. I thought there were some good questions there from you and Anderson both. To get back to the game here. I don't like political conversation much in stream, but as far as political conversation goes, I feel like at the highest level, behind closed doors, they're all pretty much the same. They tell us what we want to hear so that we'll vote for them, and then they do whatever they want anyway. So that's just my opinion. So that's my political opinion publicly right there. But yeah, man, I think you had a good bunch of questions, Gargoyle. Absolutely, man. We read over them all. It was a lot of fun. I'm sure everybody was bored to death in chat for the first 20 minutes. Listen to me stumble over words. But on the upside, we got down to this field. And we have just a couple of fields left to go here. Got that one. This one. No, that one's been harvested. No, that one's ready to harvest. That one's ready to harvest. We got a few fields here that are still ready. These two, I know. These have been harvested. Yep. So we got a few fields left to go. We'll try to finish them up some point next week, maybe. These are smaller fields, so we may be able to get a couple more done. This was one of the bigger fields that we had to do, so that maybe get done some other time. Am I starving? I am starving. Holy moly! Good call. The rest are from Discord DMs. Nice, man. Like keeping in the dark about UFOs. Man, I still don't know where I stand on all that. I like to refer to Men in Black when it comes to stuff like that, where every day some other planet's trying to kill us and blow our planet up, and some aliens trying to attack somebody somewhere, and and the general public's happier not knowing it. I like to think about it that way. Like, honestly, like, if the population really knew, it would be chaos. So, thank you, Derek, for the reminder, by the way, about eating. Nebraska has a no child left behind policy. Yeah, and a lot of people have that policy, Dark. That's a huge problem. Absolutely, Crane. I 100% agree with you. The truth is out there. You just need to find it. That is 100% true. The problem with that is nobody actually does any real research to find it. Everybody just takes the first thing they hear as gold and go with it. That's the biggest issue, I think. But yeah, it's absolutely horrible, Crane. There are a lot of people, thank you for the reminder, to save. There are a lot of people out there, or there's a lot of places out there that have that no child left behind policy. Not a lot. There are a few places out there that have the no child left behind policy. And it's absolutely dumb. Like what? You don't want to give them some kind of complex, so you want to give them something that they didn't earn? You don't want to teach them the correct way so that they can correct their way? Not correct their way of learning, because there's nothing wrong with the way kids learn. Everybody learns differently. You don't want to help them in learning the way that they learn, so that you pass them anyway, let them go? Like, I don't understand that. I don't get that. Like, that makes no sense to me whatsoever. Yep, kids graduate from high school and can't read. Yeah. I mean, I can't read that well. Yeah, make them somebody else's problem. Send them on. Get them out of here. I think we might have that policy here. I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up and see. Brian, I'm going to refer to another movie on that comment. It's a movie called Contact. I love that movie. I love that movie. To believe that we're the only planet with sentient life is an awful waste of space. That's my closing comment for the alien argument. To think that we're the only planet with life on it would be an awful waste of space. There's a lot out there. A lot. Can't read or write? Yeah, see, man, that's awful. That is absolutely awful. Anyway, guys, it is almost 2 hours into the stream. The first 30 minutes of it was... first 20 minutes of it was Q&A. If you want to see that Q&A, you can go back to the beginning of the stream. Or if you want to head on over to Discord and read it there, You can find TopLitz's YouTube link down below the stream. In the description, just click Show More, and then it'll be right there for you. You can find their Discord channel through some of that somewhere, I'm sure. I think it's been a pretty productive stream, honestly. I think a lot of us agree on a lot of this stuff, and we all know there's problems. Just hard to fix. It's hard to fix when not many people are on board with actually fixing the future for the kids and worried about their agendas. It's like I'm more worried about the kids growing up now than I am something that I care about right this second. Like, something I care about right now is not near as important as the kids' future. So that's the same thing, man. That's the No Child Left Behind thing, Dark. It's the everybody wins, That's good, John. That's awesome, man. It's awesome. I will be out tomorrow. No stream, but Subsistence video will be out tomorrow. Probably late afternoon sometime. I'm not going to put it out at 9 tomorrow night, which is normally when I would stream it. I'll put it out sometime tomorrow afternoon. And then Wednesday we'll be back. Be doing something over on Twitch. So if you guys want to come hang out, I'll be there. Wednesday night, some Truck Sim here on YouTube if you want to come hang out for that. Thursday, we'll be doing some House Flipper. And then Thursday night, we'll be doing something over on Twitch. And then Friday, we got Farm Sim Friday. So there we go. There's the week. And we'll see you guys Wednesday. I hope you enjoy your Tuesday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day today. I'll be on Twitch tonight as well. If you want to come hang out over there, you can. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Later, everybody.